I'm going to let my colleague, David Kurz, present to you guys today. David is a very accomplished agent and a coach. He has joined the team in both capacities. He's serving in the executive role, helping us with our coaching program. He is also an ex-Marine and has had a lot of interesting successes, both professionally and also in real estate, which I guess is professionally as well, I should say. But please welcome David, and I'll be here as well to answer any questions at the end. Thank you.
How's everybody doing today? All right. I heard a hoo-yah in the back, which means I got some military folks in the room. So first of all, I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to present this company to you. I'm going to tell you a little bit of story, right? My story, if that's okay. But before I say that, I'm going to say this camera is recording live, but it's very much focused up here. So if you do not want to be seen by the camera, you need to use the restroom, just stay along the tables, and it will never catch you. We will never know you were here, okay? I'm going to tell you a quick story about my first interaction with Robert Palmer. So I am finishing a very long day, and my business partner who's sitting in the back, raise your hand, say hi to everybody. She has to stay off camera too because she hasn't officially moved over yet. And she was on a trip at a conference, and I was just finishing a very long day, and I was about to head to the house. Stop trying to hit me already.
Thank you.
I was heading to the house, and I get this call. Hey, you got to go to this dinner. You're getting a personal invite to this dinner. And I said, who's the dinner with? And she said, you're just going to meet Robert Palmer. So I Googled Robert Palmer, and I found this really cool musician. And I was like, why am I meeting this guy, right? And then I started to dig a little more, and I said, no, this is a recruiting meeting. And if you know me or knew me before, you knew that there was no way in the world I was leaving my previous brokerage. There was no way in the world that this guy was going to sit at a dinner table and convince me otherwise. So I called my wife to talk me out of it. I said, babe, I'm exhausted. I'm in jeans and a t-shirt and a ball cap and sneakers, not going. She says, babe, what's the worst thing that could happen? You learn about a new company up and coming, and you meet some new people. Go to dinner. Babe, it's 45 minutes away. I'm already almost home. Go to dinner. So then I called Tracy to try to talk me out of meeting with her. And I said, Tracy, I'm in jeans, t-shirt, ball cap, sneakers. I'm like, I am not going home to get dressed up for this restaurant. She goes, oh no, don't worry, you're fine. Shit, I gotta go, right? So I go to the dinner, I pull up, and I've got this big chip on my shoulder because, again, there's no way in the world that I'm leaving my previous brokerage, right? And so I walk in, and here comes Tracy, here comes Matt, here comes Robert. They walk into the restaurant. Robert's in flip-flops, shorts, and a t-shirt. So my jeans and t-shirt thing went out the window immediately. And we begin to have a conversation, not about LPT, but getting to understand who they are and who I was. And we just started to converse more and more and more. And we're drinking a little bit of sake. So when you drink sake, more things come out than you meant to let go, right? And so the conversation gets better and better, and then we get into the company over dinner. And when they tell me about the company, and they talk to me about what LPT is doing and what it's bringing to the market, and how quickly they've grown in the time that they had been open at the time, which at the time was astounding, and now it's over 1,000 agents in less than 6 months in the state of Florida, which makes it the fastest growing real estate brokerage in the history of real estate brokerages, right? And so I leave this dinner, and I get in my car, and I call my wife. She goes, how was dinner? I go, oh, I should have never gone, man. She goes, why? I go, I think these guys are onto something. And she says, well, you got to tell me all about it. Well, that led to a second meeting, a third meeting, a fourth meeting, a fifth meeting. And eventually, myself, my partner, and about 150 other agents are transitioning over the next 10 days.
Wow.
Okay? And so when I tell you, for me, to look at 150 people and say, hey, I know I've been telling you that we're the best place ever, but this one's better, for me to actually come out of myself and say that out loud, it had to be really good. And these guys will tell you, I sat on Robert Palmer's boat with him for about 4 hours digging into this company. I mean, I dug in. I had my iPad on me. I was like scratching things and writing things, and My favorite part of the conversation was, well, my two favorite parts. One, he listened, which was very important, right? I mean, when was the last time your broker changed something for you, right? And number two, when we finished the conversation about a week later, he said he took about 3/4 of the stuff I said, sent it to the attorneys, and things are changing. Yeah. And I said, that's incredible, right? That's incredible, because we're coming in now as early adopters. You have a massive voice. I can't promise agent number 80,000 that he's gonna have the same voice that we currently have in this room. And you guys are lucky, you're in his backyard. I just came in from the country of Miami, Florida. You guys familiar? Ever been there? This is a tough drive, but I got here. So you guys, being local, you're probably very familiar with Robert. You know, Robert's a master marketer. I'm sure you've seen him on the billboards, and you've seen him on your TVs, and you've seen him in all these great places. He's an incredible technologist. He loves writing code. I was reading an article the other day that they asked him, what do you do for fun as a hobby? He goes, oh, I like writing code. I was like, what? Right? And then, of course, he's a business leader in the industry for over 20 years, right? So you have to trust in the idea that Robert Palmer is going to develop and create something amazing. I'm going to play a couple videos for you so you can get to understand who the man is behind the company.
So, Robert Palmer, you know who he is. Well, yeah, but not him. You know the one. I'm Robert Palmer, president of RP Funding. Yeah, that guy. You've seen his TV commercials for 10 years. You've seen his commercials on the couch, at the sports bar, on your elliptical at the gym. Everywhere you go, Robert Palmer is telling you he'll pay your closing costs on a home loan. And that's what he does. He's paid over $40 million in closing costs and counting since that first commercial aired in 2010. Now, the skeptic in all of us will certainly question that. Why would this guy pay out of his own pocket to save the consumer fees that have been the industry standard for decades? Well, let's go back to the beginning, and I mean way back. As a child from Lakeland, Florida, Robert's mother, like many others, struggled to make ends meet. At 10 years old, there was no allowance to be had, so Robert bet on himself. He packaged and sold homemade cookies with self-made labels featuring his name on them. From there, he understood that the quality of his product would directly reflect the reputation of his name. Years later, Robert would be forced to return from college to help his sick mother with her struggling mortgage company. This is where he would learn the tricks of the trade in the mortgage industry. He would also learn through his competitors how to milk the most money out of clients through junk fees and hidden costs, just to turn around and sell that mortgage to the big banks. He learned how these tactics could ruin lives and eventually crash the market. So Robert bet on himself again. From the ashes of a crumbled housing market, he built a new mortgage company, and like his very first business, he put his name on it. His business model was clear: go straight into the consumer's living room. In 2010, Robert Palmer entered our homes during halftime of Sunday Night Football and introduced himself as the primary Central Florida alternative to the typical money grab financing companies. But he didn't stop there. He then hit the radio airspace with his hour-long show, serving free financial advice to help people climb out of the housing market wreckage. Now, the skeptics were plenty. He would fail. His overhead would devour without those added junk fees. But the secret was, overhead was Robert and his wife and a handful of loan officers originating loans out of an office the size of a broom closet. And whatever profit they made went straight back into the advertising budget, producing more and more commercials to send his message directly to the consumer. And guess what? He proved the skeptics wrong. He bet on himself, and he won. With every mortgage closed came word-of-mouth referrals. RP Funding was real. The savings and simplicity, it was all real. That guy on TV, he's not lying. He really did save me thousands. From there, things snowballed. Over the next years, Robert Palmer would begin to be known across the I-4 corridor as a financial guru and a marketing titan. He would build a variety of marketing tools to help real estate agents better brand themselves all across the country. His brand would be prominent on national trade shows, in addition to being honored with many prestigious entrepreneurial awards before the age of 40. Robert would be asked to be keynote speaker at marketing seminars, graduation ceremonies, as well as local and national real estate conventions. And yes, that is A-Rod. Robert would also become prominent in philanthropy, giving back to countless charities and causes, donating $100,000 alone to the Special Olympics. Soon Robert would take his marketing prowess to the next level. Betting on his name again, he would put his brand on sporting venues across Central Florida. You can find Robert Palmer Company's branding across the Amway Center and Camping World Stadium, not to mention the complete renaming of his hometown Lakeland Civic Center to the RP Funding Center. RP Funding would also become the primary jersey sponsor of the Lakeland Magic, And in 2017, Robert began his role as professional sports team owner with the purchase of the Jacksonville Armada Soccer Club. Through his rise, Robert has never strayed too far from that 10-year-old kid selling cookies in Lakeland, gaining trust from his customers through the reputation of his name. From day one, Robert Palmer has bet on himself and won. And now, he's betting on you. Please welcome Mr. Robert Palmer.
Not a bad guy to have behind a business or a real estate brokerage, right? I'm going to show you something else. It's another great video. I think this video really lays into the type of person that Robert is. This was a commencement speech at his high school. I think he renamed the auditorium, right? Or something like that.
He did. He took the naming rights to it. It's a big building, 100,000 square foot building. They professional sports teams. It was the Lakeland Center. Now it's called the RP Funding Center.
Nice. So this was the first graduating class. So you get an idea.
It is now my pleasure to introduce a very special guest speaker from the class of 1998, Mr. Robert Palmer.
19 years ago, I sat in these exact same chairs in this exact same building and graduated high school. 19 years ago, I would have never thought my name would be on this building. My initials, my company name would go up here, and we'd be able to give back to the community and help do things, amazing things, in this very building that seemed so big at that time. I never thought any of these things were possible. And I remember people telling me that I could accomplish anything I put my mind to. And I remember not believing them. My grades weren't all that great. My family wasn't rich. I didn't have this track laid out for me to have my life. It took me a while to figure out that I actually could. And so I want to stand here today as proof for you that no matter where you're sitting out there, what your grades are, what your goals are, if you have no idea what's going to happen tomorrow, because I didn't. And if you feel that way, it's okay. Because I want you to know that if you put your mind to something, you can absolutely do it. And I want you to believe me more than I believed all the people that tried to give me that message when I was your age. This class will always be special to me, as the class of 2017, you're the first group to graduate in what's now known as the RP Funding Center. And I hope that 19 years from now, one of you takes my name off this building and puts your name up there instead. So I want you to go out there and take over the world and never let anybody hold you down. Congratulations.
All right, so that's the guy that started the company. It's my end of my presentation. Thank you very much. Let's go over one of the important pieces, comp plans. Who wants to know how much the commission split is, right? Everybody's always interested in comp plans, so we put it right in the very beginning because it's important to you guys. But see, this company came out smarter, came out more unique. It came out with the idea that when you look at companies, a lot of brokerages or a lot of agents will look at brokerages and they'll say, well, this one's a 100% company and this one's a split company, right? And they're going to say, well, the split company, what do I get back for the money that I'm giving to this company? What's my return on investment, right? And then at the 100% company, they go, how can they possibly afford to do anything for us, right? And so what our company did was we created both a 100% commission plan and a split plan, giving you as the real estate agents the opportunity to pick and choose which plan you would like to come in on. Now, here's the idea behind this. See, at this Rev Share Partner plan, which is our 80-20 split, $15,000 cap, participate in revenue share, which is something we'll talk about in a little bit, that one's going to give you the opportunity to have 3 streams of income: stock, revenue share, and your commission, right? But a lot of agents come in and say, okay, David, I understand that, but I may not be a great recruiter, or I don't care about attracting agents to the company, right? I just want to close more deals. Well, guess what? We're happy to hear that because we're real estate first. So we're going to bring you in what we consider to be the business builder platform. Come in at 100% commission, pay a $500 flat fee. That $500 flat fee is capped out at $5,000. That means on deal 11 and on, you no longer pay the $500 flat fee. Is that fair enough for you guys? Same company, same benefits, you still get stock. You can build a revenue share platform. You can definitely recruit agents. The only thing is you won't earn any income on revenue share. See, as a 100% commission earner, you're forfeiting your right to earn revenue share. So what does that do for the normal agent, right? Somebody who's not a big influencer and like, coach all over TV and stuff. It says to them, hey, come in at 100%, keep more money in your pocket, and one day, just naturally, you're gonna attract some folks to the company. And you can open up the app on your phone and you can look and it's gonna say, this month you could have earned X amount of dollars. And now I look at that and I say, man, I don't wanna miss out on that. And you call the company, you say, hey, can you do me a favor? I'd like to upgrade to the Rev Share Partner plan. And you leave the Business Builder plan, you upgrade to the Rev Share Partner plan, and now every single month, you earn that revenue share that you've been building, naturally. This conversation is very easy to have, by the way. See, I started talking to LPT, I would say close to a month ago, or a little over a month ago, right? And I announced on Monday, this Monday, so this is my first official speech as an LPT agent, right? And so I announced on Monday, and since Monday, my phone has been going absolutely insane. And I have a conversation with agents and I say, agents tell me, I'm struggling. I joined these other, companies and I have big splits with them and we have high caps. And yes, I understand there's rev share through either profit share or revenue share or whatever it is that the company does, but I haven't built that up. I just want to focus on my real estate business. I go, great, come in at 100%, build your business. Whenever you feel, if you ever feel like you want to upgrade, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay. Now, fees, no sign-up fees, no monthly fees. Okay, so no monthly fees, no sign-up fees. I'll say that twice for you guys, right? There is an annual fee that's held on the first deal that you close each anniversary year for E&O and tech. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. And then there's a transaction fee on every transaction. We're going to get deep into the fees closer to the end so that way we can truly understand the company as a whole. Is that okay with you guys? Mm-hmm. All right, awesome. So let's get into the revenue share part of it. Who here does not understand revenue share? Okay, a couple people, okay? So it's very simple. When agents look at you and say, hey, what's that company you're with? And you say, LPT Realty. And you say, what's up with that company? You say, well, they got 2 comp plans and they got revenue share and they got stock. You go, man, I want to learn more about that. And you tell them about it, or you use our corporate recruiters to help you out, which we'll talk about that in a second as well. That person joins the company and names you their sponsor at the company. When they name you their sponsor at the company, if you are a rev share partner, every single time they close a deal, you will earn revenue from that deal. It's an opportunity for you to add an extra stream of income that is really wake up one day, every single month, and there's a deposit in your bank account. I've been experiencing that for several months now. We're going on 3 years. It's a beautiful thing. Like, it is beautiful. Like, when the check is big enough to pay your car note, you're like, yes. Then when it's big enough to pay your mortgage, car note, and your bills, you go, this is great. You know what that does for your real estate business, by the way? It just makes it more fun. You know why? Because you're not at the closing table going, God, I hope this closes. God, I hope this closes. Who's ever felt that before? Right? I've got a mortgage to pay. My kids are older now, but before it was like, I got child support, right? So you have an opportunity to recruit people directly to you. And then the best part about this is you can do this as many times as you want. There's no limit to how many people you can bring into the company. But then those folks can do the same thing you're doing. They can recruit, and that will build you a level 2 on the platform. Now, this platform goes as deep as 7 levels. That means that you could be earning income from agents that are 7 layers away from you. People you never even met before in your life, right? What's your name?
Lauren.
Laura? Lauren. Lauren recruits John. John recruits, Josefina. Josefina recruits David. David recruits Gene. Gene recruits Matt. Matt closes a deal. Lauren makes money. How crazy is that? Right? It's a great opportunity for you to grow in your business and also financially. Now, this is a great example of how that happens, but I think I just went over this right now. So we'll jump through this, and there's a deeper explanation later on, and we'll talk about it. Here in this little slide right here, you can see how the business builders, the folks that came in at 100%, they're not earning that revenue share, right? So I want you to think about this for a second. If the business builder's not earning revenue share, where does the money go? Back to the company, right? So that's how this company is able to sustain all the bells and whistles that we're going to go through in a minute for every single agent at the company, regardless of which comp plan you're on, which is something that you don't see very often. So obviously, one of the reasons to upgrade to the revenue share is to participate in that rev share, right? To earn that money, okay? Now let's talk about Recruit Assist, because who here is a really, really great recruiter? Exactly, that's what I thought, right? So, you two? Awesome. So we got two in the room, right? So what happens? Most agents are not great recruiters. Most agents, they just want to close real estate deals. So when that person goes up to you and says, I'm interested in this company, well, you get to come to our Recruit Assist team and drop their warm name and phone number and email address. The company will do the presentation for you on your behalf. How's that sound? That's amazing, isn't it? Right? And then it gets even better. See, when you do a deal and you close that deal with another agent, right? Everybody does deals with other agents, right? The agent on the other side, if they're not currently with LPT, the company's gonna send them to their home marketing material on your behalf about the company. It'll have your name, your phone number, your email address, your recruiting website, your photo, right? It'll send them information about the company on your behalf. They may call you directly, or they may just hit the QR code and join the company, and you'll wake up and have another person in your organization.
On your tables, it's this tri-fold out that looks like this. You know, that.
Thank you. Now, obviously, if you guys are doing 10 deals a year, let's see, that's 10 agents receiving information on your behalf about the company. And then we talked about corporate recruiting. If you provide them that warm lead, they'll do the presentation for you, which is freaking amazing. There's no company that does that, by the way. Corporate recruiters are in for the company. Our corporate recruiters are in to support you, right? Now let's go through stock awards. Who here likes earning stock for just doing what they do every day? I love that, right? That's one of my favorite parts. You know, my team sells real estate, we make stock. It's pretty amazing, right? And I gotta tell you guys something. Eventually, this company will IPO, which means they're going to end up on the NASDAQ, right? And that stock is going to have a value. And the numbers we're going to go over today are not going to be anywhere near what they're going to be then. Because when it IPOs, I guarantee you LPT says, okay, we're going to have to put a number amount on it, meaning a dollar amount, right? They're going to say, okay, on this deal, we're going to give them $300 in stock, right? But right now, when you see the amount of shares that we're awarding our agents, again, early adapter situation, right? You're coming in early and you get the opportunity to really, really, really build your stock awards. So there are two ways that you earn stock awards: through production and through recruiting. In production, you're gonna earn stock on your first, third, and 10th deal each and every year. Fair enough, right? Okay. On your first deal, 125 shares. Third deal, 125 shares. On your 10th deal, 1,250 shares. If you come in as a Rev Share partner, which we'll talk about a little bit later, from now to August 8th, as long as you sign up before August 8th, you get double the amount of stock. That means that first deal is 250 shares. That third deal is 250 shares. That 10th deal is 2,500 shares. Now, I don't know how excited that makes you guys, but when the company IPOs and say the stock is worth 25 bucks, just as a start off, do the math on if you were earning about 10,000 shares a year. Right? Yes?
So for the early adapters, is that just for the first year, or is that for every year?
No, if you're in before August 8th and you have your ICA in with an LOI or whatever you need to do to transition out, you are grandfathered in now forever.
You're grandfathered in at the multiple of 2x. The number of stock awards will change on an annual basis, but today, the numbers that he said is what's going on.
So you'll always get double the amount.
Could I mention something, Tracy? A question I asked. So I had asked her if someone wanted to sign up today as an early adopter, but they need a month to transition out of their company and their deals and stuff. She said you have 180 days.
That's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful question.
Before August 8th, you have 180 days to transition yourself into the company.
So currently, right now, LPT is using the independent contractor agreement as your LOI. So if you sign it today and you tell us, because we're not going to move you without your permission, right? So just because you sign it doesn't mean we go and transfer your license. We're going to reach out. We're going to say, hey, are you ready? And you're going to say, no, I got a deal closing in 40 days. I have to wait till that deal closes. That money hits my bank account, and then I'll call you and let you know, right? And we're 100% okay with that, 180 days out. And guess what? Even if you join on day 179, because you signed your ICA prior to 8/8, this is what you're getting. This is what you're grandfathered into. Okay? Now, let's go into marketing and technology, guys. So the company created what they call LPT Connect. And so the ideology behind this was, we're all on the go all the time, right? And we've got these super smart devices that we keep in our pockets called cell phones, right? And so why not allow you the opportunity to run your entire business directly from your cell phone? So we created LPT Connect. It's a proprietary software to the company, all access to all the systems from one web location, okay? Now, it says app there, but it's not an app, and the reason it's not an app is because apps get heavy on your phones, right? You gotta download it, you gotta go through that nonsense. It is a website designed like an app, so it's very easy to use from your phone, okay? And you get access to everything. You can monitor your stocks, your tiers, your revenue share. You have complete connection to your transactions, so you get to monitor all your transactions. You can track your commissions. You can manage compliance, so if the compliance team writes back to you and says, hey, page 4 of the contract is missing an initial from the buyer, you can go get that buyer's initial, and then you could just let compliance know that you submitted it through Dotloop, right? Now, you get access to Dotloop. Who here is not familiar with Dotloop? Everyone's pretty familiar, right? It's a great system. You know you've got the e-sign, you've got all the documents available to you. You can edit all of them right from Dotloop. You could send it to your clients from there. It stores all your documents, but even better is that through Dotloop on that upper right-hand corner where it says submit for review, that's where you're gonna submit it to the company, and the company's gonna go ahead and do their compliance thing, so you guys get paid at the closing table. Fair enough? Yes, I like getting paid at the closing table personally. Just wire me. Why send it to the middleman, right? Then we have access to Chime. Anybody familiar with Chime? So Chime's a full service front-facing CRM. CRM is a client relationship management tool, right? This is going to have everything you can imagine from a front-facing website to the entire back end, so you can see what your clients are doing. I love Chime. Personally, we've worked with Chime on my team for about 6 years now, and Chime is the best stalker on the planet. Okay, it has AI technology, so it speaks to the clients for you. It has a front-facing website that your clients will come into, and if they like a property, you get a push notification telling you that John Smith was on the website and he was liking 123 Main Street. That allows you the opportunity to pick up the phone and say, hey, John, I noticed that you were just liking 123 Main Street, and freak him out a little bit, right? Okay, but I'll tell you, it sounds funny, it works. That phone call right there is phenomenal, but that's another coaching session that you have to join to get for free. All right, so lead generation, email drops, drip campaigns, everything that you can imagine is all easily accessible through Chime. Chime is easily one of the top leading CRMs in the country right now, okay? So here's some examples. This is new to me, so here's some examples to what the front-facing website looks like. You can see how easy it is. You can see how it asks clients to create a free activation. You also noticed on there that it allows them to log in through their Facebook, so you're gonna get more accurate information, much easier, right? Because you guys know and I know, sometimes you get John Smith, 5555-555555, right? At 123@123.com, right? Those leads are always gonna come in. But somebody who's serious, I would tell my team all the time, if you're serious, you put the right information. If you're not serious, then you just keep rolling, right? But it makes it much easier for them to go ahead and click that Facebook link and attach their information and get some more accurate stuff, right?
Feel free to skip through that. I put 2 of those in there just to see, because people are like, what's a website look like? So,
They're awesome.
and it's drag and drop. There's like over 100 widgets. It's pretty easy to use.
It's like a website builder. If you've ever used a website builder or GoDaddy or anything like that, it's super easy. You do have to have like 1 or 2 days to sit and tinker with it, but it's a website builder base. So I'm sorry. So you can move things around on your own, and it's an amazing IDX website that integrates with your IDX and MLS and all of our listings. So it makes you look like a super productive superhero realtor. Whoop whoop.
All right, next thing that we have is listing power tools, hence LPT Realty, right? So you guys know Robert Palmer created a company called Listing Power Tools many years ago, right? And several years ago, there were about, what, 14,000 subscribers, 16,000 subscribers, paying $400 a month to get access to Listing Power Tools, to postcards, to presentations, to things of that nature. Guess what? Listing Power Tools is free to all LPT agents. That means every single time you get a listing, you're gonna go into that Listing Power Tools app right there. You're gonna click on it. You're gonna upload 3 photos of your new listing, and they're gonna send you this package right here that includes 168 pieces of marketing material, right? Most real estate agents don't even buy marketing material for their listings. We're gonna go ahead and just give it to you for free, right? Everything from door hangers to a sign writer that has a proprietary phone number to you with a text code, so that when folks are driving by and they text that code to the phone number, not only will you get their information, but it will send them a single property website for that property. Again, agents first, with your picture, your name, your email address, your phone number, your contact, right? Next thing we're going to talk about is agent development. Obviously, this is a passion of mine because you guys heard I'm one of the executive coaches for the company. I've been coaching for just over a decade now. I've been in the industry close to 18 years. I know I look like a baby. I thank you for that. I appreciate it. But education and training is really important to me because I'm a big believer that at no point in your career should you ever stop learning, right? So folks will always ask, yeah, but is the training more for new agents? I'm like, why? Do you know it all, right? There's an opportunity for every single one of us to learn something, okay? So we've got live and virtual training. It's all done through Zoom. Again, you can access Zoom on your phone, right? Then what we do is we record all the trainings, we transcribe all the trainings, and then we put it in the library. So if one day you go, I want to learn how to use Chime a little bit better, you go into the library, type in Chime, and it'll bring up every training video that's associated with that word, because we were able to transcribe the entire video. If you want to type in Florida as-is contract, it'll bring up every training that happened with the as-is contract, and you can go in and watch that video. How do I input a lead into Chime? Input a lead, and it'll bring up every video that said input a lead, okay? Now, support is going to be very easy through our platform. You'll be able to call, email, text. Even better, there's going to be this little bubble right here on the bottom right-hand corner, and you'll be able to chat directly with our support team. If you need help with a transaction, with compliance, if you got a legal or ethical question, our legal team is accessible through here. If you got a broker question, chances are the broker won't know the answer, so he's going to refer you to our legal team or compliance team. Am I wrong? Right? Then we have the Mentorship Academy. So this is an opportunity to be paired with a seasoned agent that is no longer participating in real estate sales. What does that mean? That means that they're not competing with you. They're just there to help mentor and educate. If you're a brand new agent, this is a program that you can jump into, and it is a completely optional program, not like some other companies that force you into a mentorship program and then make you pay a portion of your commission to a mentor. Here we're saying it's completely optional. The reason why our company went with that optional plan is, what if the person that attracted you to the company is a great real estate agent and that's who you want to mentor with, right? And you're a new agent. Or what if you're an experienced agent, you say, no man, I brought these 3 new people in. I'm going to teach them what to do. We don't want to take that opportunity away from you. So completely optional program for them. And then, of course, we're all about real estate sales. But more importantly, we want to put our agents first at all times. So you're going to find that a lot of our branding and a lot of the things that we do is super agent focused. So we purposely made the logo the way it looks now. We have the horizontal logo, and we have the round logo, which Matt calls the stamp, right? They're lowercase letters, so we're not taking away from your logo. There's no flags and pizzazz and Star Works behind it, because we don't want to take away from your brand. You can brand it any color that you want.
Purple, pink, green, orange, yellow.
Gold. I did a post yesterday with a gold logo, right? You can do whatever you want with it. The only thing that we ask is that you follow state regulations with marketing. That is it. And the state regulation says that the font of the logo should be equal to or larger than the font of your logo. Simple as that. Okay? We have radio shows happening now in 4 cities, right? Oh, you updated it. Awesome. Orlando, Tampa, Jacksonville, and Miami. Okay? Agents are actually going on the weekend and doing radio shows to talk about the market. And yes, you can be very well invited to one of these opportunities.
David, I'm happy to add that we're adding Melbourne and West Palm Beach markets through iHeart. Big sticks with FM channels. So
that's amazing.
People in this area will have this benefit as well.
That's amazing. Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, and then of course we've got TV commercials, because what's Robert Palmer without TV commercials, right? So we got to have TV commercials. There have already been a bunch of them running. Agents have been invited into studios to create great TV commercials. This will continue to happen. It's not going to stop anytime soon. You're going to see branding all over the place, like billboards. What do you first thing you notice on our billboards? There's an agent and an agent name. It's not LPT Realty, come use us, right? It's, this is Amanda Gampolo. Reach out to her. And that's what we want for our agents. Now, are you going to get a ton of business if your face ends up on a billboard? I'm going to be honest with you, no. But what does it do for you? It gives you social proof and name recognition, right? So, huh?
What? I'm sorry, you're not from this area. Billboards work.
Oh, well, okay. So I'm from the country of Miami, right? So I'm from the country of Miami, where, you know, there's a billboard every 6 seconds, and we just stop looking after a while, right? But what does it do for you? It gives you great social recognition, right? People that know you will see you. They'll take a picture, they'll send it to you. Hey, I just saw your picture. You post that on social media. Now the people that are on your social media are looking and going, oh my God, you have a billboard? And of course your response is, yeah, don't you, right?
I have a success story from that one. This woman put it on her social media, and somebody said, I didn't know you were a realtor. I'm just about to list my house. Would you like to list my house?
That's amazing. That's amazing. So again, more agent marketing, culture and numbers. So let's talk about this real quick. And culture is important to me when it comes to a company. Okay, so one of the things is we want to encourage our agents to focus more on real estate sales versus recruiting. We understand that recruiting is going to be very attractive to a lot of agents, but we want all our efforts to be very much focused around real estate sales. That's why we offer the free marketing packages. That's why we do the branding and billboards and TV commercials. We want you to have a better fighting chance in the ring against other listing agents. Does that make sense, right? You know, so we're definitely going to be focusing on that, and we definitely want to focus on helping you reach 100% commissions much sooner. Whether you choose to be at 100% with a $500 fee, or you choose to be at the 80-20 split with a $15,000 cap, we want you to get to 100% as quickly as possible. Now, we want to provide a very, very level playing field. We do not want people coming into LPT saying, we're going to offer you $50,000 in coaching. If you join me personally, you're going to get this and that and that and this. It's very much frowned upon and will not be allowed. The reason that we don't want that is because we don't want to ruin your opportunity, everybody, to be able to attract agents just as equally. The company offers what it offers. If you're the first person to speak to that person, bring them in and let us help you bring them to the company. Okay? LPT offers significantly less active direct sponsorships. So what does that mean? You can recruit as many people as you want in your first level, but to open up the 7 levels, you have to have a certain amount of agents in that first one. Some companies do it at 30, some do it at 40. We do it at 10. You get 10 producing agents in your first line, you will open up all 7 levels. That will change on 8/8. All right, so those of us, again, that are grandfathered in, forever. You get 10 people in that first line, you open up all 7 levels. What does that do for you? It opens up more opportunity for income, right? Okay. 8-8, I think we're going up to 15.
In Florida, we got a 15.
Okay.
For level 7.
And then how does the revenue share work? Well, LPT is going to earn money, right? Whether it's that $500 fee or that 20% commission. And they're going to take that revenue and they're going to cut it in half. And they're going to share 50% back to the agents. So they're going to take 50% of the money, put it into the revenue share pool, and that's what gets paid back to us on a monthly basis as a revenue share. And as long as one of the agents in your organization was participating in the input of money in there, you will earn money as long as you're a revenue share partner. So we'll dig into this a little more. And so this is a duplicate of the previous slide, but what we talked about is, let's say an agent receives 80% is $8,000, right? And it's a $10,000 GCI, right? So $10,000 commission, 20% of that is what? $2,000. $2,000 goes back to the company. The company's going to take half of that, $1,000 of it, and they're going to throw it back in the revenue share pool. And what's going to happen is that it's going to get paid out to each and every line in accordance to how much we pay to each line. Does that make sense to you guys? All right. And so obviously you see line 1 pays the best because that's your direct recruit, right? And they pay 31% of the half, right? And so you'll see that person gets 310 and so forth and so on. But now somewhere in these lines, you're going to have those business builders. It could be some of you guys that choose to come in at 100% commission to try us out and see what you're going to do and build your business, right? And so those folks are going to forfeit their revenue share. So those amounts will go back to the company, and that's what allows the company to remain healthy enough to offer you Chime for free, Dotloop for free, listing power tool packages for free, having no monthly fees, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. See, most 100% companies can't do that because they have no other way of earning the revenue. Does that make sense to you guys? Yes? Okay. Any questions for me so far? Damn, I'm good. All right. So here's the stock that we talked about earlier today, right? So we talked about the stock first, third, and 10th deal. The one piece that we didn't talk about was the recruiting stock. When your personally direct attracted recruit closes their first deal at LPT Realty, on that business builder, you're going to get 250 shares. But on that revenue share partner, you're going to get double, that 500 shares. Okay, and that's why I made the math, and I said, imagine if you're making 10,000 shares a year, because if you take 2,500 plus 250 plus 250, already you're at 3,000 shares a year if you just close 10 deals. Now, if you just attracted 10 people and they each closed one deal, you make another 5,000 shares. We could do this all day long, right? So no sign-up fee, no monthly fee. There is a $500 annual fee that's taken from your first closing, okay? And then there's a $195 transaction fee on each transaction. Simple, very clear, very direct, very to the point, okay? This flan here shows us everything that we offer to our agents, and it just shows the difference between the business builder and that revenue share partner. The only main differences that you will see is revenue share can only be earned as a rev share partner. You can run and lead a team only as a rev share partner, okay? But your team members can choose either plan that they want to be, okay? And then, of course, the earning stock, you would receive double stock. Of course, it's now through August 8th, which will probably turn to 1.5 times.
It's 1.4.
1.4? 1.4% after August 8th, okay? So very simply, LPT is a cloud-based brokerage that gives the full services and the opportunity to earn 100% commission. Full services, okay? Any questions for me whatsoever? That's my show and dance. Like, I'm here to party and hang out with you guys. So I'm happy to hang out for a minute. Obviously, Matt's here, and Matt and Tracy both know way more about the company than I do. But as you can tell, in the last month, I have dug into this company like probably no one else has. Because I wanted, like I said, I wanted to ensure that when we moved our agents, when I sat down in my partner's living room and her husband sat down and I put my makeshift presentation on their TV looking like couples retreat, right? You know, I wanted to make sure that what I was telling them was something legitimate and it was going to work and it was going to be amazing. And so I've dug in as much as I possibly can. And then I've surrounded myself with very smart people that are way smarter than me, and I've showed them this whole platform, and they've looked at me and said, Dave, this is an absolute no-brainer. If you don't do it, I'm going before you and you're going to have to sign up under me. Right? So that's all I have. I'm going to let the questions roll to Matt and Tracy, and thank you guys for your attention and time.